There is no degree of separation for Francesca Michielin, and that includes separation from ducks, from plastic vegetables, from balloons, from random fauna. You guys, this staging was very curious. It is some kind of farm scene, toy box scene. She's in a garden and there are lots of, I don't know, ducks hanging about, balloons hanging. It's just incredibly confused.
Yeah, the staging, it started off very nice, I thought. It was a kind of a close-up of Francesca's face, and she looks stunning. Her makeup is on point. She has kind of sparkles around her eyes. And then it zooms out, and the background I quite like. It's a kind of blue and green, and it's of a big tree, which we haven't seen that much of this year compared to last year.
Shades of boggy.
And then it pulls out from the stage, and it's like the curiosity shop of horrors. There's like stuffed parrots, there's pretend sunflowers. I don't know what they were thinking.
My issue is that when they zoom in, you can tell all these things are plastic and like cheap props. Like someone at our table said the prop box exploded. That's what it looks like and feels like. Whereas far away, I quite like the LED. I love when the floor becomes like a watery vista and she is walking on water like Eurovision.
For me, what was lacking was the combination of tangibles and intangibles. So the digitized presentation was solidly on point. I really liked the Garden of Eden concept. What I didn't like was the sort of the more tangible objects. I agree with you. I just felt they were sort of out of place. I also felt that Francesca was just a little too animated. The song speaks for itself. There was all these hand movements, which didn't kind of come across with the sort of fluidity that I was expecting.
Listen, she is a volcano. She erupts. I thought that she was the highlight of this.
I mean, you can silently erupt. I just felt that it was just a bit too animated for my taste. I have to agree, though, her makeup was completely flawless. And this is the best vocal delivery we've seen of her. And she started off really strong anyway.
Yeah, I think that on the tour, the Eurovision promotional tour, it was not stiff, but it didn't have as much emotion. Now it's pouring out of her. It's like they have cut a hole in her back, and it is just flowing. Her face, every single note, there was pain,
it's
love.
Fluid. It just felt,
fluid.
They felt like markers where, okay, this is no degree of separation.
It was natural.
No, it just needs to have a more softer execution.
No, she was serving X Factor Italia realness, kind of live on stage,
I just don't
reacting.
even know what that means.
It means that she was on point. She won that, and she's going to do very well here.
Another issue I had was the doodles. There was these white doodles that kept coming out. They were similar to her music video, and at the start she kind of goes like this with her hand, and there's a few sparkles, and it's quite effective. And I thought, okay, that's really nice. But then they keep coming and coming and coming, and there's love hearts, and there's little. They're very distracting, and there's squiggles here and squiggles there, and it's too much, and it loses its charm.
Especially when you've got plastic in the house, it just looks too gimmicky, and the song doesn't need that. The beauty of No Degree of Separation is the simplicity and the backstory that comes with it. It doesn't need all that.
But at the same time, there is a sweetness and a tenderness to this. Having that toy box of treasures, it's so sweet. And Francesca, she is a young woman. She looks fresh, and it fits with the staging. As you can tell, I'm completely torn about this. Love it vocally. The staging.
Oh, vocally, I think we're all in agreement. She killed it. I mean, she can sing, and she just looked so smoldering. I just wish she wasn't so epileptic on it.
And smoldering, did you notice that her eyes were kind of glossing over? Yes, there was a glittery eyeshadow, but also her actual eye, you could see tears flowing. She is feeling it, and I am feeling her. In any event, I want your prediction on how this will do in the final.
Plastic parrots aside, this is my favorite Big Five so far, and I think she should scrape onto the left-hand side.
I totally agree. This is killing it among the Big Five. This is the first performance where I could see left-hand side of the scoreboard from Big Five. I think the sweetness mixed with the vocal delivery,
And I have to give it to that jumpsuit she was wearing, the dungarees were just, I want that. And the t-shirt, it works, and she just exudes it, you know, Vogue Italia.
Yes, rustic glamour. That's what we think. What do you think? You can let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to subscribe,
like or dislike the video, and add your comments.
See you later. Ciao, ciao, ciao.